The first sign was the sunglasses, matching white sunglasses, 14 faces lined across my phone screen beneath a giant cruise terminal sign that read Bon Voyage. I stared at the photo longer than I should have because my brain kept insisting I was misunderstanding it somehow. Then I recognized the ship name, then the upgraded deck badges around their wrists, then my own travel insurance account number visible in the corner of a printed boarding packet my aunt was holding carelessly against her purse. That was when confusion stopped being confusion. The cruise was real, and everyone had already left without me. I sat on the edge of my bed, scrolling through more photos while something cold settled quietly into place inside my chest. My mother smiling beside my brother. My cousins holding tropical drink vouchers. Suitcases. Excitement. 14 relatives, not one mention of me. What made it stranger was that I had helped organize parts of the trip months earlier before conversations around it suddenly became vague and fragmented. Aunt asking for passport renewals. My cousin requesting emergency contact details. My brother casually checking whether my travel rewards account was still active. At the time, none of it felt suspicious. Families blur responsibilities over time, especially when one person always handles logistics. I booked vacations, compared insurance plans, managed cancellation windows, solved airport problems, tracked confirmation numbers nobody else bothered remembering. Eventually, people stopped noticing the labor entirely. They only notice when it disappears. I called my mother twice before she answered. Burl noise exploded through the speaker immediately. Rolling luggage, children yelling, boarding announcements. Oh, she said after a pause, you saw the post, not, we need to explain, not, I'm sorry, just acknowledgement that the secret had ended. I asked one question, why? More silence this time. Then she said carefully, we thought it'd be better without you. The sentence landed with almost administrative calm, like a seating adjustment. Like changing dinner reservations. Before I could answer, she added quickly, there's already enough tension in this family. Then someone called her name in the background and the line disconnected. I sat there staring at the wall for a while afterward, not angry yet, just strangely embarrassed, like I'd misunderstood my own position inside the family for years. An hour later, my cousin accidentally texted me something clearly meant for someone else. He always forgives anyway. I read it 3 times. That sentence hurt more than being excluded because it explained everything, not cruelty. Expectation. I typed back. Smooth sailing. Then I opened my laptop. The travel insurance account tied to the cruise still sat under my financial dashboard because nobody had formally transferred ownership authorization away from my profile after group booking protections were finalized. Excursion deposits too, liability coverage, dock processing guarantees, emergency reimbursement structures, all still connected to me, probably because everyone assumed I'd never care enough to untangle it. I contacted the card company first, then the insurance provider. I explained calmly that active travel services connected to my financial account were currently being used without my participation or updated authorization. No yelling, no revenge speech, just compliance language. The representative placed temporary holds on the account pending verification review. Within minutes, excursion access froze automatically, then the dock passes. I didn't fully understand how fast cruise systems reacted until the calls started flooding in, my brother first, then my aunt. Then cousins I hadn't heard from in months. By 9:17 a.m., I had 84 missed calls. One voicemail from my mother came through shaky and breathless. We can't board. In the background, I could hear overlapping voices and terminal announcements repeating boarding group numbers. Nobody sounded furious yet, just panicked. The strange thing was, I didn't feel satisfaction listening to it, mostly exhaustion. I drove to the harbor near my apartment and sat watching cargo ships move slowly through gray morning fog while my phone continued vibrating beside me. Eventually, my brother sent a long message explaining that nobody intended to hurt me. That word stayed with me because the problem wasn't a single emotional injury. It was accumulation, years of being useful enough to organize everything, but optional enough to exclude quietly. Around noon, my mother finally called again. This time she sounded smaller. We thought if we told you beforehand, you'd make everyone feel guilty. I leaned back against the bench overlooking the water. And instead, I asked softly. She didn't answer immediately. Behind her voice, I could hear muffled arguing and distant speaker announcements from the terminal. Then finally, I didn't realize how much was still under your name. There it was, the real realization, not emotional understanding, structural understanding. For years, I had become part family member, part invisible infrastructure. Eventually, alternative payments were arranged. New authorizations processed. The family boarded hours later. The cruise still happened, just differently, more expensive, more tense, less effortless. That evening, I opened the old family travel folder stored on my laptop, passport scans, flight confirmations, emergency contacts, favorite hotel notes, medication reminders for my uncle, copies of itineraries stretching back nearly 10 years, hundreds of quiet acts nobody remembered once the vacation started. I deleted the folder slowly, not dramatically, just carefully, like someone finally understanding that being dependable had never guaranteed belonging.